What's going on, everyone? Indy here with Ultimate Tool Reviews. So guys, I was looking at some new impact drivers from Japan. If you haven't seen my previous videos, I do a lot of, buying stuff from Amazon Japan, and I like to do a lot of, Hikoki, Makita stuff from Japan. But I found that there actually is a big supply of Panasonic tools. So just, Googling some about it, I've been able to learn a bit about, some of the Panasonic tools. Now, Panasonic tools, they were actually available here in the States for, I think, back in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, as best I can tell. I'm not that old, so I don't really know the tools from back in that time period too well. But here's Panasonic's U.S. website. They don't really have a lot here. It looks like just some smaller drills, impacts, screwdrivers, and it says assembly tools. So this is going to be for more like industrial use, not really stuff you're going to buy at Home Depot or Lowe's, of course. So they're selling this, to factories, to assembly lines. These is where the current tools are going to be found right now. So you're really not going to see any of Panasonic's current tool lines, on a job site or being used by a handyman. But if we move over to Japan, they've got some pretty cool new stuff here. And one of the coolest features that stood out to me with this new impact driver is, of course, they got some cool colors, but it actually has this brain vector control technology. And they actually use, of course, computer chips and algorithm, but they're using a microphone to basically sense the number of impacts and get some good feedback on how powerful the motor's running, and also should we make adjustments to the speed or the impacts. It's actually got some really interesting features overall, with being the smallest impact driver they claim in the world. So if you got the DCF 850, that's probably the smallest impact driver available in the United States, the head size. But the Panasonic's got the smallest impact driver that's available pretty much in the world, which is pretty cool. So right here's a cool little graph showing how it reduces cam out by controlling that rotation speed according to the load, which is pretty neat. Now, if you're thinking about buying this is the fun part. So here is Amazon Japan here. They've actually got a number of tools here available. Some of them are a little pricey for what they are. And they've got some just, kind of strange designs here. But of course, you're not going to get any of these tools at a decent deal. Your probably biggest problem that I would say is going to be able to sourcing a battery and charger. You might be able to find or import a battery adapter from somewhere. But I don't know if it's going to work or not because they do use a dual voltage, either a 14.4 or an 18 volts. So it might be a little tricky there making a battery adapter work with some of these tools. And it might just be like 50, 60 bucks anyways. I haven't looked for one yet, but definitely kind of interesting. So let's check out this on Amazon Japan. Currently 31% off right now for 138. That's going to be tool only, of course. But, it looks pretty cool, pretty good design. But really cool with, the microphone technology. Now, the one big weakness I would say with Panasonic is that this is not a very powerful impact driver. So 155 newton meters is going to be right around, I think it's like 1,400 inch-pounds. So it's not a very powerful impact driver by any means. That's going to be, your lower mid-range impact drivers are going to be around that spec. For this type of money, I mean, you're looking at, buying a more top-tier Makita DeWalt Milwaukee at, at that point. So it's not going to be, for a ton of power. They've definitely got, some good impacts per minute here. Looks like an overall solid tool. Not really something I'm really interested in to get too much in the United States here, just because it's not a very big line. This is not even that new of a tool. It actually came out in 2021, so it's about 2 years old now. And, of course, it's going to be a little pricey to pick up. But of course, you can find them on eBay as well too. You can even find some of the older Panasonic tools. They look all from the 80s, 90s there, which is pretty neat. I was checking this one out here with the classic, the NiCad style stick packs there, which is pretty interesting. Really cool to see the other brands like this. Panasonic, they make, TVs and appliances. So really cool, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Just trying to find some other cool power tool brands out there. Really interesting to see, though, what other brands do make and the technologies. That are out there, microphone and impact driver. That is really cool. It'd be cool to see it more in action. You can check out, I think there's some reviews on YouTube. They're going to be, of course, from Japan, and they're in Japanese. So even with subtitles and Google Translate, they are a little bit hard to understand. I couldn't really find a lot of information on the microphone technology myself, or how that works, but it's definitely worth, looking into if you want to check it out for yourself, guys. But thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Have a great day and stay safe out there.